Good morning. Let me start by welcoming the distinguished dignitaries on the dais. Mr. Keshav Desiraju, Secretary to the Government of India, Ministry of Consumer Affairs. Mr. Ramesh Abhishek, we all know, who is the Chairman of the Forward Market Commission. Srimati Sangeeta Verma, Economic and Statistical Advisor, Department of Agriculture and Cooperation, has kindly at the very last minute agreed to come and share her thoughts with us. Samir, of course, CEO of the MCDX, and my good friend Sudhakar, who has flown in specially from Dubai to share his thoughts and talk about the International Year of Pulses, which I'll speak about later. And of course, my other colleagues on the dais, friends and associates from across India and from overseas. Good morning to all of you. I have great pleasure in extending a warm welcome to each one of you, and I'm really thankful for you to have taken time out on a holiday, on a day of festival, and to come here and attend this meeting. This is the first time and first of its kind trade meet being organized by the Pulses Association, and it is an earnest attempt by our association to get all the stakeholders together under a common roof on a single platform. And that is the primary idea of getting all of you together, so that we come onto one platform and we have a common voice in this fast-growing business of pulses. I am delighted today that among the participants that we have and the feedback that the association office has given me are participants of the entire value chain of pulses, which include dal mills, traders, importers, exporters, intermediaries, food manufacturers, commodity exchanges, market regulator, logistics, and other service providers, and of course, most importantly, the policy makers who are with us on the stage. Thank you all for gracing this occasion. Briefly, the India Pulses and Grains Association is the apex body of the country's pulses and grain industry. IPGA has been working for a number of years very closely with all the government departments, providing policy inputs, providing data, providing domain to various ministries, including the Consumer Affairs Ministry, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Commerce, and the Ministry of Finance. And the very presence of the dignitaries that you see on the stage reinforces this. I am very proud to say that the association is also very well networked within the state ministries, and also now getting involved with various research institutes, which some of my colleagues will talk to you a little later. Today's trade meet has been planned and convened at a very critical juncture. The Rabi crop is just being harvested. The arrivals have just begun. Some growing regions have had unseasonal rain. People are talking about some damages, certain shortages. However, imports will continue and will continue to bridge this gap and this shortfall in case there is indeed a shortfall. And we assure you, sir, that inflationary tendencies will be well in control. The pulses industry and trade, and notably members of IPGA, have always risen to the occasion of augmenting supplies at any time of shortage and in a timely manner. Sir, the whole year, last year, pulses did not contribute to inflation at all. And if all it did, it was a negative contribution. But having said this, 3 years of rising production, we have now reached a situation where we might possibly see a decline in production. We have seen a decline in the Rabi numbers. We have seen a decline in the in the Kharif numbers. We have seen a decline in the Kharif acreage, and we are now looking to see a decline in the Rabi production, which we will be announcing the numbers a little later in the meeting. As per the Agriculture Ministry's estimate of 2014-15, pulses production has declined to 18.4 million tons from the previous year's 19.8 million tons. Our concern is that the recent rains and hailstorms that have occurred in many parts of India could have inflicted further damage, which we are unable yet to quantify. However, I must assure you that there will be no shortage of pulses in this country, as our members will ensure adequate and timely imports of this essential commodity to augment availability and keep prices under check. In order to improve the marketability of the crop, it is necessary, sir, to withdraw any kind of artificial restrictions that are in this market, especially the stock restrictions that are prevalent in many states. Stock restrictions are not good for the business, they are not good for the liquidity of the market, and they are certainly not good for a clear and natural price evolution process. The farmer then is forced to sell to his produce because there is no large trade intermediary or large stockist or large trader who can come in and buy his produce, and that leads to distress selling. As we saw last year, a number of pulses went and sold below MSP. So one of the requests of the association is that in a year like this to reduce, or rather to stay away from stock restrictions in states, and of course to make the trade more dynamic and to allow a free flow and a seamless flow of imports and exports. Exports should be opened up. If some of you must have heard Mr. Modi's comments after the budget, he has talked about unified market. This is the way to go. The association fully embraces this idea. I think a unified market is the need of the hour. A unified market can create transparency. The number of taxations that exist in a country like India, there is not one, there is not 1,000, there are several thousand APMC markets. The taxation system is complicated and not very transparent, and to facilitate a smooth price discovery process, to bring in dynamism, I think a unified market is the way to go. The idea is still in the conceptual stage, but the association is excited about it, and we remain at the disposal of the government for any help they may require, any domain sharing they may require, and to be part of any committee. We would be more than happy to join with the government authorities. One of the announcements that I wanted to make today, and I'm very excited about, is that, as you all must be aware, that 2016 has been declared by the United Nations as the Year of Pulses. This declaration is going to propel the pulses, the nutritious legume rich in vegetable protein, to the center stage of the world's food business. The world's agricultural map has always talked about corn and wheat and soya beans, and sometimes even sugar. But for the first time, the world has realized the necessity of this vegetarian protein, or this vegetable protein known as pulses. And our new logo for the year is going to be the Power of Pulse. IPGA's new tagline is now going to be the Power of Pulse, and we are going to work very closely with the International Year of Pulses to promote the benefits of pulses, to engage with the industry, to engage with finished product producers, to engage with research institutes, to engage with the industry, and bring in awareness of pulses as the large. We must not forget that we are the world's largest producers, the largest consumers, the largest importers, and the largest processors in the world. We account for 30% of the world production and processing, as well as 35% of the world trade. So this is where it all going to happen, and I can assure you that we as an association are planning to take not only a role in India, but a regional role within the subcontinent, where we are going to involve the associations of Pakistan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and South Asia, which is the main import destination of pulses. Therefore, this is a great opportunity for South Asian nations to work together to address the common issues of the pulses sector, and IPGA will continue to play a lead role in this. We at IPGA have proposed several activities during the year. We will work with research institutes looking at options of improving productivity in India, expanding the per capita consumption, improving value addition, and of course, most importantly, with the development of the unified markets and the consolidation that is happening in the dal industry, we hope to bring in funds and investments into this sector, which is the dire need of the day. We are seeing consolidation happening, we are seeing large processing coming up, but we have always proposed and we are looking at towards the government to create what is called as a dal mill fund, just to modernize this ancient dal milling industry. There are 20,000 dal mills with an average capacity of 2 to 5 tons a day with outdated technology, and I think once the production quality increases and technology comes into this business, that is the need of the hour, and that is only going to increase the availability of this nutritious protein. And in doing all this, IPGA as an association will be happy to take the lead role and work closely with the government organizations. India's pulses sector does deserve the attention, both internationally and India. Is growing very rapidly, consumption is growing, and the pulses sector seeks policy support, investment support, and technology support, as I mentioned earlier. We would be happy to make a special presentation to the ministry at any time of your convenience. Another important event that we are planning in 2016 is our biennial Pulses Conclave. The Pulses Conclave is a truly international Indian event which is held every alternate year, and we saw the success of over 800 people attending the event in Goa the last year. We had the minister from Canada coming in, and this year we have further Canadian support. Premier Brad Wall of Saskatchewan has given a grant to the association to work further in this direction. And I'm happy to announce that the next Pulses Conclave will happen in Jaipur in February 2016. And we will shortly reveal further details. And as always, I seek all your support to make this event a success.